Okay, third time I have started this video, and each time something interrupts me. Whether it be a silly bird or a tractor. I still hear the tractor, but we're going to go with it. That's country living, man. And now a cow. Well, I don't know what the name of this video is, but it's going to be somewhere along the lines. Things I've done on my YouTube channel I wish I hadn't have done. Now, there are several things I wished I hadn't have done, but I did them. Okay? The nice thing is, if you do a video and you don't like it, you can make it private or delete it. That is not a good thing to do, really. YouTube does not like when you delete a video, but I've done it. Now, there's a time, if your channel grows enough, where you can go back and get rid of those old videos because you don't want people to see how terrible it was. I don't do that. Okay, now I did take some out, but because you want to show your audience, hey man, I just started out, didn't know what I was doing, look at me there. Okay, and in my case, there's a lot of things that you will notice in my older videos that you don't see now, at least I hope you don't see now. Changes I've made in my health, in my life, and just how I present myself on camera. Now, if you go back, actually I started my channel in 2011. That's a long time ago. Most of those videos are gone because of copyrights. I had a lot of music, Jimi Hendrix, things like that I can't play on YouTube. So I can't show those. So there's no reason to have them. I made them private. Nobody else can see them but me. They're there if I want to go back, which I never go back and watch my own videos unless it's something like I want to see where I wired this or how did I do this. They're handy for that. So when I started my channel full time, I just left the ranch. I had no income. Okay, me and him got in a disagreement. I left the ranch, no income. So I started a YouTube channel. Yeah, started filming every day. Didn't have the best cameras. In fact, I didn't have good cameras. The quality was horrible. I kept going. Over time, I got a little better about being in front of the camera and editing and things like that. But they were still horrible by today's standards. And I had to sell my car previous to starting, I think I started September of 2021, and I had a nice car, and I had to sell that in order to live. So the cash I got from selling my car, which I could have got more for, but I didn't, that's what I used until my income from YouTube started coming in. You might thinking, yeah, you YouTubers make good money. Oh, no. Not when you're starting a channel, guys. My first YouTube check was probably $110, and then I got a viral video. All it was photographs of this house as I was renovating it, put the music, and that was it. And that hit 368,000 views, which gave me a couple thousand subscribers. Got me a good start. And from there, it was an agonizing, slow growth. I'd put out a video that was decent, get maybe 5 subscribers, put out another one, get 5. It would take forever just to get 100 subscribers. And once in a while, you'd put out a video that you'd get 15, 20 subscribers, but it was still very agonizing, very slow. Anybody that does YouTube wants to grow immediately, and it doesn't work that way. A mistake I made was I put too much different types of material out there that didn't have anything to do with the niche. I named my channel Dogman Homestead. I do not recommend anyone to name their channel a specific thing that limits them to one niche, such as homestead. So when you see that title, you're looking for homestead stuff. Well, I didn't really want to do that, okay? But I was forced to do that for years. The problem with it is, when I do a project, okay, especially as bad a shape as I was in then, I have to stop and take breaks every 15 minutes, sit down, And I don't get a lot accomplished in one day. Well, people want to see everything. They want to see results. They want to see it now. They want to see you finished everything in one video. I couldn't do that. And the video suffered for that. There are some good ones, especially when I was doing this build here, the addition, but they still sucked. So I got to thinking, man, there's nothing else I can do and I tried several times to change up what I did. People didn't go for it because I had those subscribers that only watch those type channels, homesteading, that's what they wanted to see. So I struggled for 4 years. I think I got up to 16,000 subscribers, 17,000. And then I did this type of video, okay? And the channel has just boomed. It has blown up. I have doubled in subscribers, and it's growing, and it's growing, and it's growing. Just this month, I had 1.5 million views in 1 month. That's unheard of. No, I'm not rich yet. I say yet. I don't expect to get rich. But I changed the way I do things. And it worked. May not, I don't know what that noise is. May not be sustainable, but it's working for now. Fortunately, now another thing I made a mistake with is I changed the channel name. I had my podcast channel that was called Washita Mountain Living, which is now The Dog Man. So I switched names. That confused a whole lot of people. Don't ask me how. But not everybody sees your notifications. That is why when I post a video, you will see me also post it in the community post, because YouTube only puts out about 1,500 notifications. That's it. Nobody else gets a notification. So I post it in there in hopes more people will see that. And in the end, it doesn't come down to that, because subscribers are actually very few amount of the people that view your video, because they're recommending them, and then you get new subscribers. I've been putting on the subscribers. Now, some of the things I wish I had never done. Number one, live streams. You won't see me do any live streams, very rarely. I did one not long ago in the shop when I was doing laser engraving. That was kind of to test my new internet that I have, but in the past when I did them, this was back when I was drinking. I drank up until May or February of 24. I quit. I haven't touched one since. You can tell. If you go back then, you can tell my mind is not as clear. There is no way I could sit at this table and yak at you without having to stop and get all blundered up. I just couldn't do it. My mind was not clear. But I did live streams while I was drinking. And I ended up, usually I'd have to delete those the next day. Never do a live stream drinking. I don't even believe in live streams, because they don't, number one, they don't earn you nothing. They don't get no views. And usually you end up losing subscribers every live stream. And that was probably me. Some people do them. I have no reason to do a live stream. A lot of people do them so they can get super chats and they can get money. I don't ask my subscribers for money. People don't like that. I don't like when I'm watching a video and somebody has to stop and ask for money or tell me where to donate. I got a PayPal link. I don't do that, okay? In the beginning, yes, I had a PayPal link. I thought you had to have it. I had my address where you could mail me gifts, and that gets overwhelming. I just thought that was required, that you had to have your email, your address on there, a P.O. box. No, you don't. You learn these things. So that's what my channel, the struggles I've had. There's no predicting anything YouTube does. I seen a video last night that really sums it all up, guys. Just be yourself. Get on here and don't try to be some kind of a fake person that you're not. Okay? Don't try to hide things. If you're a smoker, They know you're a smoker. They can tell it by your voice, okay? I know all these YouTubers, they smoke cigarettes and they don't want it to be on camera. Well, I understand that. But every once in a while, they get busted. And that some subscriber has to, oh, is that a cigarette he's got? Yes, YouTubers are human, just like you. I know, just like you. But when you start being who you are and just be yourself, that's when your channel will take off. And that's what I've been trying to do. I've been honest. I put out videos that lose a lot of subscribers. But you know what? I got other videos doing well that are making subscribers. So you're really not losing. I don't want subscribers that don't agree with my lifestyle. I don't want subscribers that don't like me. I don't want those. I want ones that are like-minded, and that's what I'm trying to mold. Now, there are a lot of subscribers I have that have hung on, and they don't like that I've went to these sit-down talk videos. Well, let me tell you something. They work a whole lot more than my project videos, and I still do some of them, but I'm going to put them on the other channel when I do them. I'm just not doing anything in the heat of the summer, but I'm going to focus on these because they work. Okay, they work. I put one up last night. It's, last I looked, 16,000 views. I would never get that on one of those. All the time I spent doing the dog apartment, everybody's hounding me to show them what I'm doing. And then when I finally put up the reveal, guess what? It doesn't even get 2,500 views. So right then and there, I decided, man, I almost quit. Guys, I almost just said the heck with it and quit the channel. It wasn't making me nothing. So there was no point. And if they're not watching, why do it? So just a little blabber today. If you are thinking of starting a channel, a few bits of advice here. Be careful with shorts. What happens with shorts, you're just going to get people that watch your 30-second short and they decide, oh, that's cool, I'm going to subscribe to this guy. They don't have a clue what your channel's about. They have no idea. And then you end up with a couple thousand subscribers who, when you finally do put out a video, they don't watch it. They're not going to watch it, or they unsubscribe. And I have tried to limit my shorts, if you have noticed recently, to just pretty much the dogs. I think I put one up about an Instapot yesterday. But you're going to reach a stage where you don't really worry about losing subscribers because what you're doing is working. And that's where I'm at. And I try to keep politics, religion, all those things off my channel. You will rarely, there might be one, maybe 2, 3 videos in my entire library where I say a cuss word. I do not cuss. I was not brought up that way. I don't do that. You know, if I go out in public and I meet a stranger, you don't hear me cussing. You don't hear me sitting in a restaurant. Well, I don't go to them, but if I was, you don't hear me cussing because I'm respectful of the people I'm around. And people, they're not like that anymore, okay? Nobody wants to... I noticed this a lot when I was in Minnesota. They are very... they're not aware of who's around them. And you go to Perkins and have coffee, and you hear all these people with the F word, F this, F that. There might even be kids in there. They don't care. I noticed that about that state. I don't understand what it is, but it is prevalent there. Not to bash them, but I did notice that. But you don't hear me cussing, and there's a reason. I just don't. And I've noticed as I get older, I don't do much of that. There's no reason to add those words. There's times it's cool to look at something and go, man, that shit's cool. That's cool. That's all right. That's all right. My dogs, they don't care if I cuss. But I try to keep it clean. Try to add a little humor. I'm probably boring the hell out of you right now with this video. Where's my big cup? I got these little ones, man. I got to do dishes today. It's another thing about living alone. You don't have to do dishes until you run out of the very last fork. That's good stuff. Hey, there's my glasses. I was looking for those things. They're in that chair. What else is up here? Bunch of wadded up pieces of paper. I don't know where those come from. Thanks for watching, guys. Happy trails.